closed in 29 days using the NACA home buying program. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. Listen, I got all my notes written down so that way I can bring you all the facts, okay? Because ain't no gatekeeping over here. Y'all, if I can get a house, you can get a house. So let's go ahead and get a house together, okay? So listen, they say NACA takes forever, but I'm proof that it doesn't. I closed in 29 days, okay? So I closed in under 30 days. So today I'm showing my exact receipts and the timeline of how I went from an accepted offer on September the 16th to keys in my hand October the 28th. And that's a 29-day sprint, okay? Listen, if you ready for that house, I will help you go ahead and get that house. Okay, so I'm breaking down the credit access hurdles, the 9K appraisal win that I received, okay, and exactly what I sent in the letters of explanation to get that clear to close in record time. Okay, so if you're going through the NACA program, home buying program, or if you're thinking about going through the NACA home buying program, listen, this is the one for you, because I'm going over it all. Okay, so listen, NACA is all about the action plan. Listen, my journey started in December of 2021. My first intake wasn't until April the 12th of 2022. Okay, so when I met with my mortgage counselor, because that's when I was assigned a mortgage counselor, we went over my debts, we went over everything that I had, okay? So my counselor told me that I had to save $355 monthly extra each month for 3 months, okay? So just to prove that I could handle a payment shock, just to prove that I could handle a mortgage, okay? So it was $355, which is payment shock is the difference from your rent and the amount of mortgage that you're going to be paying for, okay? So that's how much you need to save extra to be able to prove that you can show that you can afford the monthly payments when they come. All right, listen, this is a tip. Do not miss a single penny of your savings goal. Make sure you hit it every time, because I did that exactly every time. So on July the 12th, when I had my next mortgage counseling session, I proved that I was able to save that amount, and I was NACA qualified. Okay, I was NACA qualified that same day. So the only thing that I had an issue with was the landlord was giving me issues with the verification form. So I almost got delayed waiting on the landlord to sign the verification. But listen, I was on the phone calling them like, hey, I know you see this thing. Like, do I need to come down there? Like, I was being proactive, okay? I was not stopping. So moral of the story, if you need to chase your landlord down to get those forms signed, don't wait for them. Be fast. Go ahead and get it done, so that way you can go ahead through the process pretty quickly, okay? Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. So I got qualified for a $136,000 house. Listen, I didn't know, because they do not tell you. They do not tell you the actual numbers, but I did not know until I had a realtor and they gave me the MLS listings portal with all the houses, and I was looking, and all the houses was $136,000 and under, okay? So on July the 12th, that's when I received the access, and I was looking at the houses. So by August the 19th, I had an offer accepted for a $165,000 house, but that's another story. That house, I am so thankful that I did not close on that house, y'all. So we did inspections, we got the cashier's check. Like, I went through the whole process to realize that that house was not for me. You know, sometimes you got to turn down houses. You know, you have to be patient as well through this process, because you don't want to rush into something, then you might get a house that you're not comfortable with. And that's the house, that house really would have been a terrible mess. So we fell out of contract with them in September. So, you know, most people quit at that time, because I was like, $136,000, I'm not going to be able to find a house. But listen, I did not quit. I knew I had to go. I knew I wanted, you know, some stability. I knew I wanted something for my kids, you know. So I went back out there on September the 3rd, y'all. I found the next one. And by September the 16th, we were back in the game. This is where the 29-day clock started. This is how you move fast with NACA. So on September the 19th, that's when I went and got my earnest money sent. On September the 20th is when I went and got the inspection, and the home inspection and termite inspection done. I did that immediately because you have 3 days to get that done. So as soon as they said that offer was accepted, I went ahead and started calling, and the next day I scheduled the home inspection. Okay, so that's very important. You have to do it within the 3 days. So I had an appraisal, which you don't really know when they're going out to go through the appraisal. You just know when you receive that information back. So my appraisal came back with $9,000 over asking price. And that's instant equity right there. Okay, already going in with equity. September the 26th, I had the bank conditions come back, and I had 3 LOEs that I needed to go ahead and send back. So LOEs is letter of explanations. I needed to write. So the first one was my address variance. All I had to do was just explain the reason why I moved from here to there. And my housing payment variance, the reason why my rent was this amount and then went up to that amount. Just basic letters. So I have some examples in my course on the link in the description as well, so that way you can quickly utilize them when it's that time. And I also had credit inquiries. Listen, don't be scared. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared about what's on your credit, because none of that matters. All you need to do is explain the reason for those inquiries, okay? The reason for those inquiries, and you're good. It's just a simple one and done. Explain them why you had those credit inquiries, and that's it. So, and that's another thing. NACA is not based, they don't go based on your credit score. So if you have a low credit score, it's fine. You can go ahead and get you a house. What you waiting for? So I didn't wait. I submitted them immediately. All of the 3 LOEs, okay? I submitted them immediately. So now we at the finish line. So I was hand clear on October the 13th. You have to be hand clear. That means that all the repairs and everything that they looked into are covered. They discuss. You have to just explain to them how they're going to get fixed if you have any repairs. It's that simple. So we moving along. So we was cleared to close on October the 26th, y'all. October the 26th. And I walked out with my keys. I met at the lawyer's office on October the 28th, signed those papers, and I got them keys, y'all. And I drove right back to my house. Okay. So the final numbers here is what I'm going to explain. Like, my final rate was 5.375%. So my total cash to close was $1,622.72. Think about it. I bought a $150,000 house for less than $1,700 out of pocket, okay? So if you want the exact blueprint I use to stay organized, and get that fast track and go ahead and get qualified, and I can qualify in 90 days and close within 30 days, listen, go ahead. Click the link in my description so you can go ahead and become a homeowner, because you are a homeowner now. If you're watching this, you are already a homeowner now. Go ahead and claim it. Listen, that blueprint will help you push your counselor to go ahead and move fast with you. So I'm answering all NACA questions in the chat right now. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask away, okay? And listen, don't forget to subscribe for more updates about my home ownership journey or parenting, okay?